Oh, good morning, Patriots. Uh, oh no, it's still full. Okay. So, last night the riots were a little different. They were actually, they were barely. BLM is always barely trying to contain their violence. What's new? And it's for stupid reasons, like Breonna Taylor and fucking fentanyl Floyd. What is Briana Taylor? They make her look like a saint, like a nursing student, like all this freaking. She was like a saint. Like that's how they make her look. They make her look like a freaking saint. And turns out that she was with a drug head, a meth head, sells meth. Okay. We learned from Tiger King all about meth. Okay. Oh, this just juice here. It's Naked American Patriots. Mm. The flavor's a little weird. Not gonna lie, it's kind of spicy and it's a little weird. No, I don't know. I kind of like the Tobacco Monster better. It's a little sweeter. This one is a little odd. Maybe they should work on that flavor. Uh, it doesn't quite rep the words that describe its flavor properly. Anyway, this video is because breaking news. Trump doesn't comment on Taylor case. Instead praises Kentucky AG as a star. This is September 23rd. Today is Thursday, September 24th. So this isn't exactly breaking news. September 23rd, 2020, 7:03 p.m. So last night. Okay? Hey, let's see here. President Trump on Wednesday reacted to a grand jury's findings in the killing of Breonna Taylor, the girlfriend of the meth head dealer, probably smoking it herself. Hey man, you know people by the company they keep. I don't know, like, what are you doing around a drug head if you don't want to get killed? Bruh. Like, girlfriend. Anyway, President Trump on Wednesday reacted to a grand jury's findings in the killing of Breonna Taylor by praising Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, Republican, as a star and touting his political accomplishments for the black community. The president did not comment on the merits of the case or discuss Taylor's death itself when asked twice about the outcome. He initially told reporters that he was not familiar with the grand jury's findings. Asked about it again later, he focused on the need for law and order. That's right, Mr. President. You're being more based now. For a little while there, you were kind of weak sauce with the no, not kind of. You were really weak sauce with the RBG. All the fan clubs popping up on the fucking internet for this fucking pedophile enabling non-extraordinary person. Okay. She was no Deborah. Okay. RBG was no Deborah. Deborah didn't want grown people to be fucking kids. Okay. And all these fan clubs popping up all over the internet, they're practically satanic. You know? Or just deluded, like liberally educated. Again, satanic. Trump read from a statement Cameron gave in which he said justice does not fit the mold of public opinion and it does not conform to shifting standards. It answers only to the facts and the law. If we simply act on emotion or outrage, there is no justice. Mob justice is not justice. Spot on. Bang, sir. I heard that. I said, write that down for me, Trump said at an evening news conference. He's handling it very well. Trump said he would speak at Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Democrat, Trump said he would speak to Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Democrat, after the news conference and praised the governor's decision to activate the National Guard to handle expected protests. Yeah, I was watching that shit. Different energy. They were much more weak sauce with it. Much more like they understand now, I think. They understand the extent to which we'll go to protect our motherland from their communist, burning, looting, indiscriminate, demonic possession rage. Okay? These BLM idiots are like Uchiha Madara Obito, whatever, comes back to release the Nine-Tailed Fox. Okay? BLM is like the Nine-Tailed Fox trying to tear up the village. They're gonna have to make all of us be like Naruto's parents. So stupid, and it's all because they hate Trump. They hate the orange man because he evil and bad and morally bankrupt. This is the logic. Yes. Okay, whatever. Trump said he would speak to Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, Democrat, after the news conference and praised the governor's decision to activate the National Guard to handle expected protests. It'll all work out, Trump said. Trump left the briefing room a short time later, ignoring a reporter shouting to ask what he thought of those upset by the Taylor cars. What is this, Taylor gang? Fuck out of here, man. Brianna Taylor, the meth head. Fuck out of here. Don't dirty up the Taylor gang name with that shit. Fuck. Wiz Khalifa ain't got nothing to do with this. This is Brianna Taylor, girlfriend of the meth drug dealer. Okay? Bad life choices lead to hot lead, okay? Especially if you're belligerent and you're criminal and you're taking advantage of your community by selling drugs, meth. Okay, I don't care if you're selling weed, okay? If you're selling weed, let me know if you got the really good, dang, top of the plant shit. But if you're selling meth, you know, if you're selling crack, cocaine, heroin, any of that shit, your life is at stake, okay? It's just how it is. That shit is dangerous, and it's not fit for human consumption. Like weed is. Like vape is. Okay, buddy? Just understand that. And let your understanding intensify until it's sufficient. This is not the time in our lives where we are playing games, especially not with BLM or Antifa or the Muslim Brotherhood. They're all the same, you know, they're all the same shit. Okay, a Kentucky grand jury on Wednesday afternoon did not bring any charges against police officers in the killing of Taylor and instead announced 3 lesser counts of wanton endangerment against former Louisville police officer Brett Hankison, whose 3 counts were not related to Taylor's death but were tied to shots fired into neighboring apartments. Interesting. This is based. Okay. This is based. This is justice. Justice for Brianna Taylor means acknowledging that bad life choices lead to hot lead in your ass, in your face, wherever it lands. Okay? Bad life choices when you're dealing with cops can lead to hot lead, or tasering, or dogs, or getting kicked in the head by a horse, or getting punched out by a cop, or getting arrested, or whatever. Like your record, you know? Bad life choices, man. Brianna Taylor. Bye. Yeah. Yeah. You weren't focused on making it to the light. Okay, you weren't like using your noggin. The noggin wasn't jogging. So God took it back, Brianna Taylor. Okay. Taylor was killed in her apartment on March 13 after officers executed a no-knock warrant. Her death has spurred national outrage. No, it hasn't. Yeah, it spurred BLM outrage. BLM is not this country. Let's make that very clear right now. BLM, for any of you watching this, you are not our country. You don't represent us. Okay? Brianna Taylor is a meth whore. And if any of you don't like it, here's a mod. Suck it. Simmer down. It had national outrage and calls for the arrest of the officers involved. Taylor was one of the multiple black Americans killed by police this year, along with fentanyl George Floyd. And who's this coon, Rayshard Brooks? You know they had a good reason to kill him. Trump was asked shortly after the decision was announced about the case and told reporters he was not familiar with the details, but would offer further comment later. Asked for his message to the black community upset by the grand jury decision, Trump said, "My message is that I love the black community, and I've done more for the black community than any other president, and I say with the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln." He cited funding for historically black colleges and universities and support for opportunity zones, which encourage investment in low-income neighborhoods. Trump has largely sided with law enforcement amid nationwide unrest and calls for policing reform and efforts to address racial injustice. Bad life decisions lead to hot lead, guys, gals, homies, hoes, bitches, whatever you want to call yourself. Bad life choices lead to hot lead in your ass. So, by cucking cops, that led to hot lead. See? Lead to hot lead in your ass. Trump has he has questioned why individuals such as Brooks resisted officers, and he has rejected the ideas that there is systemic racism in law enforcement. Yes, I fully condone this message, Monsieur President Trump. And that is the end of this video. Iggy, I love you, sister. You are one of the most dope people I know. James Munder, all my Munder fam. Y'all are crazy as fuck sometimes. But y'all the best. Now, if you like what I do here on this channel, drop some dough in that PayPal, in that Cash App, You know how it is. Motherfucker need funds. As, coronavirus and all this shit, Democrats trying to choke the life out of our fucking wallets. Ugh, we ain't stupid Democrats. We know this shit. We see this shit. Stop lying. For the love of crackers. Oh, hey. Their end game was to tell us, hey, you're fucked. It's too late. But that's not what we want. And the wicked always fear justice. So but blessed are they that hunger for it, for they shall be filled. Trump 2020. Munder gang.